It's Alissa, who's from Bud Light, who's actually the VP of marketing and put together this very
Nice.
positive thing, what I call the most ill-advised marketing campaign in history. So Alissa, welcome.
First of all, I'm disgusted with your podcast and find you in particular to be extremely transphobic and unevolved.
Well, I'm way less transphobic than you, and I can prove that.
That is not possible. You are transphobic and I'm not. So I'm into diversity and inclusion.
Well, I'm into equity. But before this call is over, I will prove you are more transphobic than I am.
There's literally no chance of that. You know, I went to Harvard, right?
Yes, and we're all very impressed. So hypothetical question. You need to find your children, I know your mom, for a quick vacation. What do you do?
Odd question.
Yes, but answer. Give me an answer.
I would call their phones, go get them, and get on a flight to go to Disney or something. Like, what does this have to do with
Well, now ask
Budweiser or Anheuser-Busch?
ask me the same question of what I do if I couldn't find my children.
Okay, what would you do if you needed to find your children for a quick vacation?
I would use a transponder to find them. Then I would get in my Trans Am with automatic transmission, transport them to the airport where we'd get on a transatlantic flight.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Here we go.
Oh, yes. Transcontinental flight. I would order a beer from Trans-Canada Brewing Company, check my stock in the Trans-Pacific Express Railroad, and we would just sit back and, yes.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, on the way there, I would do some transcendental meditation while my kids played with their Transformers. When we arrived, we would get transportation and a translator to go to Chester, England, and then to Transylvania. And I would explain to the children why inflation was never going to be transitory and how beauty transcends the soul while avoiding.
Is this really your attempt to prove that you're not transphobic?
Yes. Well, I would avoid transmittable diseases. We would shop, conduct a few transactions, pay the transfer taxes, and get on a Trans-Pacific flight back to my Trans Am and back homo.
Did you just say homo?
If I didn't, you did. It should all be translucent for you right now.
You are a scary individual.
Scary because you're way more transphobic than beers and brawlers. That's what I'll say right now. What do you think about that?
Wow, that is not proof that I'm transphobic, and it is proof that you're probably the most transphobic person and maybe homophobic in the entire world.
Transfixing, isn't it?
This literally has nothing to do with Bud Light
Well,
at all.
I'm glad you asked. But Bud Light is transmission fluid in a lot of ways.
So that's a first. What do you mean transmission fluid?
Well, if you break out the word trans is a mission, right? Transmission. Bud Light is on a celebrating men becoming women, and that mission is
I have to run.
one actual business question before you go. Okay, one question.
Fine, hurry.
So obviously, this is impacting sales. The company's lost like $6 billion in value in 5 days.
It's early. Boycotts will be short-lived.
Them cuts, by the way. Don't say boycotts. The Dalai Lama isn't here.
Haha, very funny. But yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Them cuts.
you've lost over $6 billion. What would the backlash from the trans community be if you all disavowed them, reverse course, pledge loyalty to the frat boys that made Bud
Oh
Light?
gosh, that would be horrific. I mean, the outcry, if we were to reverse right now, it would be scary. That would not be a good situation at all. That's a good question.
Scary. I told you you were more transphobic than we are over here. You're afraid of the trans.
Fuck off.
Would you like a transcription of this interview? Oh, she's gone. Man, never mind. But I think we showed her, fellas. She's way more.
That was good. That was good.
You wrecked her.
I took her down. She didn't know.
I thought we were going to get the llama, but I mean that was really, really good.